What's up, friends of the good mood? This is Manni and welcome to the next Paramotor video here on the channel, where we fly all the way over there to this mine in the distance and enjoy that amazing view while we dive into it. So let's get the show on the road, or into the air rather. Before we go though, a little sneak peek for the next video, where we have a brand new camera perspective with double magnets mounted on the wing itself, looking down on me. That looks pretty awesome and will be part of the next video, so stay tuned, ladies and gentlemen. It's going to come sometime soon, and we also have the helmet cam on top. So here we are in the beginning of this flight. Usually still on the ground. I like to show a start and a landing as part of the video too. I've already turned on the engine, though it's all ready to go time. And the others are already in the air, so let's follow them up. I was the last one to start, checking the wingtips, and here we go really quickly. And yeah, some amazing weather we had that day. It's the same day that we also had where I showed you the last video. It was the same day, just a different flight, so the starting looks a bit similar. And yeah, so, and the interesting thing here is, ladies and gentlemen, the higher we climb, the more details you're going to see from the mine itself, right? And I'm gonna cut the flight over there in pieces. Like, every time I cut, we have flown a couple of further minutes, and I've skipped a couple of flight minutes off, and you, like, every time you get closer and you see more and more details. And the most interesting part is later, how we misjudge the size of the mine. I'm gonna show you this by taking reference to the excavator standing around. It's insane how large this is. It's absolutely insane. I really was surprised. So we're up here, and you see down there, you know, further away, the green hills, and there's some muddish, brownish color in the middle of that mountain. This is our destination. This is the mine right there. And let's cut closer to it every few seconds, and yeah, enjoy while the details are getting more and more better. So yeah, guys, if you like this paramotor content and you want to see more videos and different camera angles and awesome situations that we fly over, then subscribe to the channel if you haven't done that yet, and stay tuned for more here. There you see it on the bottom, there's a golf course, and the interesting thing is, I've always wanted to play golf. It's a bit off topic, but the thing is, I like to play mini golf. I enjoy this a lot. The thing is, whenever I try to play golf, you needed like a kind of a subscription or membership in the golf club. You can't just go there and play and just, you know, have some fun and like pay 20 bucks and just play it for an hour or two. That doesn't work with golf. You have to have this kind of membership in the club or so. It's really weird. I still have this on my list. One day I will be playing golf, and I might make a video from it, let's see. But for now, let's get closer to that mine. And you're starting to see the size of the mine now, right? You see some town, some villages, and then the mine. And the mine looks almost as large as some of those villages around it. It's insanely large. And yo, you also start to see some of the ramps, you know? Those ramps that lead up and down, where the dump trucks would be driving up and down, you know, carrying the heavy load. And also excavators. That's, yeah. And I can promise you this much, you've seen it in the intro for a bit, we're also diving a bit into it, right? And yeah, you'll be surprised and amazed to see how large this whole thing is. And one more thing I want to show you here, it's also a bit off topic. You see this little village on the bottom on the left? These guys must be the most unfortunate part of a group of people. Look how insanely, you know, from the terrain, they may never have sunlight. I mean, there is probably much more unfortunate people on the planet, you know, don't get me wrong, but in terms of sunlight, they're really unfortunate there. They have a hill in front of them with a mine, and then there is this massive hill beneath them where, I think down here on the bottom, from the top of the trees to the village, but it's like 150 meters maybe. So it's a really high, steep hill next to them. And they only have like sunlight for 2 hours, I would guess, when it's coming right between the hills. But any other time of the day, it's going to be shadow for them, right? Also, right now, everybody has sun. They have shadows. It's like, this must be frustrating. I don't want to live there. It's crazy. But hey, let's focus a bit on the mine. You see right there, it's getting closer. You start to see the building also on top, where and the conveyor belts where the material will run through, and then I think it will probably get smashed and squished to tiny rocks in this building, and then, you know, being transported off. Again, I don't know what they're actually mining in there. I have not Googled it or seen what exactly the mine harvests. Is it harvests? Collects? What word do you use? Mines. What they're mining. But yeah, so now it's getting really detailed, and you see there's a lot of these ramps leading up and down. There's some main roads, like the one in the front, shortly above the building, that goes like all the way around it. And then there is these ones in the back where there's always like a middle way connection to the higher one. And we're gonna dive right in there a bit and have some detailed look at it. And I tell you, the depths, if you were to guess, what depth would you guess this mine has? I think most people would guess maybe, okay, maybe 50 meters. That sounds like a lot, or maybe 100 meters. But you'd be wrong, man. This, from top to the lowest part of the bottom, I think it's like almost 200 meters. Maybe even more. And I'm going to show you this by taking reference to some of the excavators standing around. You actually see two right now, and Tom is flying over it. You see one to the left side and one to the right side. It's coming closer. We're getting way closer to them in a minute. And I can show you this. This is like one of the most spectacular views I had during the flight on the Paramotor so far. I still have one thing on the list also as well. It's flying above clouds. Haven't been lucky enough to have the low altitude clouds flying around when I was flying, but look at that view. Look at this. There's also some, I think, some water gathering down in the bottom of that pit, which is not a surprise. When you dig very far deep into ground, you'll find some water at some point, right? And yeah, so let's take a bit of a turn and get ourselves a bit closer into it. And right at this point, we're probably, I think I have not remember exactly, but I think I was looking at the Vario, and it says like I was still 250 meters above ground at this point, which is ridiculous. It seems like we're almost ready to land, but that just shows how you misjudge the distance to the ground when you are in this mine. It's insane. Now, you see this one excavator right there. If we know, for example, that an excavator, the whole arm has like a height of, let's say, 8 meters, maybe 10, you can guess that the whole level, like from one ramp to the other, is probably about 15 meters. And there are like 4 ramps leading down still. Awesome view. Really interesting perspective and amazing view and flight. And the awesome thing is I was able to share this also with my friend here. I did not go here alone. I was feeling a bit insecure because there was a little bit of wind. Not much wind, but a little bit of it. And when you dive below the level of the mountain, then there is this chance that you get yourself into the lee or into the rotor of the wind rotor that the mountain produces behind it, right? And since the wind was coming from the mine right now, I was feeling a bit insecure when I got a bit into it. That's why I quickly climbed back up. I did not want to experience any half-side collapse on the wing or whatever, but it was all fine and calm. Like it was like the whole worries were unjustified. That's almost what it is. But yeah, so what a nice flight, nice perspective. And here you see again these unfortunate group of people down there living in the constant shadow of the mountains. I would probably not move there, man. I'm a kid of sun. I need sunlight to be happy, kind of, right? If there's constant gray for months, you really find this reflecting my mood a little bit as well. And yeah, so let's do one last turn here at the above the golf course. And you see also Thomas is doing his turn right there, taking a look at this, and then my GoPro crashed. And just in case you don't know, now I have 2 GoPros because the one that crashes here, it constantly crashed for me. You'll see the crash happening in 3 seconds or so. And I sent it into Amazon, and because it took 2 weeks, I didn't want to wait, so I ordered the Hero 8. And then they said they can't repair the Hero 7 and send a new one, and now I have 2. Which is awesome because I now have a foot cam, or I can have the cam for the wing on top. I'm showing you here a different landing because, as I said, the GoPro crashed. I wish I could show you some the landing that we had at this moment. This is the landing from last week. I hope you don't mind. I find it important to show a start and the landing. So yeah, ladies and gentlemen, thank you guys so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, leave a like and comment down below. And if you haven't already, hit subscribe, as brutal as a man can hit for more. Thanks for bearing with me, you guys are awesome as always. Manni signing off. Bye-bye.